Can Earth support the maximum amount of people with the resources available? One acre of land produces about 2,000 pounds of food, and that is also the amount of food an average person consumes per year. So if you divide 2,000 pounds by 360 days, we can estimate that each person consumes about 5.5 pounds per day. Only 30% of Earth is land, but only so little is available for survival because of either tundra, desert, or rainforest. After all, this land remaining for survival is about 15.77 billion acres. Now almost 70% of Earth is water, but only 3% is drinkable water. Other 97% is salt water. Even though salt water can be converted to fresh water, it is hard and expensive. Out of 3%, 2% of water is found in glaciers in North and South Pole, so only resourceful water found is less than 1%. So in order for human population to survive on Earth, they have to start storing rainwater. Rainwater is just another source of fresh water. We estimate that it will take about 1.5 acres of land per person to survive on Earth. We estimated 1.5 acres because 1 acre will be used for growing food, and it will at least take about 0.5 acres to have shelter and water per person on that land. So, to estimate the maximum population that will be supported by Earth with the resources available, we divided 15.77 billion acres of livable land by land needed per person 1.5 acres, and this gives us the approximate population of at least 10 billion people. Okay, so this is the data table that we use to find our exponential equation for the human population of Earth. This is the original graph of world's population, where x-axis equals years and y-axis equals population. To find this graph, go to Stat, Edit, plug years into L1 and population into L2. Second, y equals plot 1, turn it on, then go to Zoom 9, which is Zoom Stat, and then enter. This is the original equation P of x that gives us the population. To find this, go to Stat, Calc, 0, which is expression reg, enter, and then calculate. This is the rate of growth of population graph and equation P prime of x. This gives us the rate at which the population is increasing at. To find P prime of x equation, you use the derivative formula constant times a to the x equals constant times a to the x times ln a. And for the graph, you go to y equals, in y1 you plug in the P of x equation, and in y2 you go to math, a, derivative, bars, y-verse, function, y1, and then click graph. This is the rate of the growth of population graph and the equation P double prime of x. This gives us the rate at which the rate of the population is increasing at. To find the P double prime of x equation, use the derivative formula constant times a to the x times ln a squared. And for the graph, you go to y equals, in y2 you plug in the P prime of x equation, and in y3 you go to math, a derivative, vars, y-verse, function, click on y2, and then click on graph. The year 2088 is the year we estimate for the population to reach 10 billion people. To make the maximum population more accurate, we use left and right remote sum, which will indicate whether the population is under or overestimate population. and the population is overestimated because the amount of people Earth can support is around 10 billion people, and Vraj indicates that it is the overestimate, which is correct because P prime of x is increasing and P double prime of x is concave up. In the year 2088, the population will reach 10 billion people, which we predicted will be the maximum population the Earth can support with the available resources. After this, the world's population will continue to grow, but humans will have to find alternate ways to get enough food and drinking water from Earth. The Earth has a very unique ability to sustain itself and overcome the apocalyptic events. It has always recovered from being destroyed by the maximum amount of population. If we take any war such as World War II, millions of people died fighting for their countries, but with that, the hope of Earth reaching its final day was destroyed. So even when Earth reaches about 10 billion people in 2088, it will find a way to recover itself back and give a hope for humans to survive with resources needed.